A YouTube user going by the name of LN uploaded this ghost footage on November 23rd, 2006. He'd gone to the Manassas battlefield in Virginia. They videotaped there, and as they later on watched the tape, they noticed a woman dressed in white walking along the fence line.
And they were firing toward the Union Brigade, Cannon Brigade, which was next to the old Henry house. Along here. And old Mrs. Henry, 84 years old, an invalid, in the house. The house was hit by shells and she was of course killed.
Ellen Troller wrote the following, quote, "There were no reenactments going on that day, and we didn't see her there. If you look to the left of the house, you will see a small black fence with a marker that encloses the graves of Mrs. Henry, her daughter, and her son. The ghost is walking away from the graves to just an open field. We are convinced that this was a paranormal experience." End quote. This is one of the oldest ghost videos I've been able to find on YouTube, and I personally find it to be quite compelling. Some skeptics have said that the woman could have been anyone just taking a walk. But since the entire family stand by the fact that the woman wasn't there while filming, maybe it could be a Civil War ghost. I've enhanced the footage a bit so you guys can make up your own minds. Tara Erickson is a YouTuber who frequently uploads movie-related videos, such as reviews, trailer reactions, and more. Paranormal-related videos are not the type of videos that you would typically find on Tara's channel, perhaps making the authenticity of this following video a bit more plausible. At the start of the video, Tara says that somebody named Erica swears she sees a ghost in their basement, but Tara isn't too convinced on that matter. She makes a promise to Erica that she will go down to the basement with her to prove that there is nothing scary down there. Erica comes into the room and looks panicked, still swearing that she saw a ghost in the basement, and she does look genuinely scared about something. When they enter the basement at last, it doesn't take long at all for creepy things to begin happening. Take a look at this.
Okay, alright, here we go. Scary basement. Alright, let me just get down here, Erica. Stop freaking out. Okay? Oh, what
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
No, shut up. Are you doing that? Erica, are you doing that?
I'm doing that.
Shut up if you're doing... Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, I heard it! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Go! Oh my god, I heard it! Oh my god! Oh my god!
As soon as the two girls hear the gnarly sounds coming from the alleged ghost, they flee from the area immediately, sounding very worried and freaked out by the incident. This video could be authentic because Tara doesn't make these videos at all, so why would she start making paranormal videos now if not to prove that she isn't making anything up? But then again, her and Erica could have set this whole thing up in the hopes to go viral on the internet. I'm curious, what do you think happened? Was there a ghost down there in Tara's basement, or is it a big setup? Let me know in the comments below. A TikTok account called Our Haunted House has gained quite a following on the popular social media platform due to their chilling videos centered around their house, which is allegedly haunted, as evidenced from the many clips they've published through their time on the app. In this video, we watch a man filming something in the kitchen/living room, saying in a whispery voice so as not to be heard, "It's right there." It might take you a second or two to see whatever it is he's talking about, but once you see it, you simply cannot unsee it. Take a look and see for yourself.
It's right there. Holy shit.
A second video filmed later on starts off relatively similar. We are looking at something, but for a moment or two we may not know exactly what it is we are looking at. However, a good long look at the screen will give you nightmares.
Oh my God.
The same creature with glowing yellow eyes from the first clip can be seen looking in at wherever the man is filming, which is definitely not a sight anybody would ever want to see. Of course, since this video was initially uploaded, many TikTok users have frantically been trying to come up with any sort of logical explanation as to what this strange creature with yellow eyes is and whether or not it's harmful. Sadly, because this video is so shrouded in secrecy, it's unlikely that we will ever know what the creature is and what its intentions were. All we can do is hope and pray that this house won't remain haunted forever.
Con mi súper el ahorro entra por la cocina.
También con la carne fresca. Yo la compro aquí.
Mirad qué variedad de cortes y razas. Espectacular. Con un ahorrico rico, rico. Por eso los consumidores lo elegimos como el súper número 1 en precio.
Lidl marca la diferencia.
Yo necesito una gran página web. Claro, claro, estoy de suerte. Tu página web de casa marcial. Tu página web lo vas a petar.
Crea tu página web fácilmente con la herramienta de inteligencia artificial. Ionos, tu solución digital.
ILM and Barno Paranormal is a popular YouTube channel that frequently uploads videos of them exploring various abandoned places from around the world and conducting frightening paranormal investigations, many of which have chilled their fanbase to the core. In this particular video, published to their channel on May 2nd, 2022, ILMN ventures out to an underground shelter, which has definitely seen better days as evidenced by the footage he was able to film. In the clip, we watch as the cameraman wanders around the halls of the underground shelter, searching for anything of interest, but for a while comes up with absolutely nothing. All he sees around him is the dark and grimy halls, which have been abandoned and forgotten long ago. But at around the 3.5 minute mark, something quite creepy happens that catches the cameraman off guard. Take a look. Afterward, the man proceeds to investigate other areas of the shelter, most likely with his heart racing out of his chest due to what just happened to him moments ago. However, unfortunately for him, his heart won't be able to catch a break too much longer because he is in for yet another scare.
1968. Interesting. I just saw it.
Toward the end of the video, the uploader is shown walking in a more tight and narrow area of the shelter, which most likely added to the uploader's nightmare fuel. And unfortunately for him, there is about to be even more fuel added.
I'm going into the...
Not long after this, the uploader proceeds to make his way out of the building as fast and as safely as he can, luckily making it out in one piece. However, had he stayed in there even just a little bit longer, there is truly no telling what horrible things could have happened to him. Luckily, we don't have to find out what. There's nothing quite like walking outside on a nice chill day and getting some fresh air. Especially in the times that we live in now, getting outside and getting a good long walk in can be quite beneficial for our physical and mental health. But unfortunately for a TikTok user named Sarah Ravana, what started off as a normal walk outside quickly transformed into something rather terrifying, to say the least. In the following video, which she published to her TikTok account on September 4th, 2021, Sarah is walking around outside enjoying herself and the outdoor air when she suddenly stops to film something way off in the distance. Something that absolutely terrified her. Take a look and see what it is. A tall, slim and completely dark figure can be seen standing in the middle of a field. The figure in question seems to have no discernible facial features and doesn't even appear to move any muscles whatsoever. Sarah explains in the video that when she stumbled upon this figure, she was convinced that she had just seen Slender Man in person, but says that it most likely wasn't. However, that hasn't stopped many commenters from thinking that Sarah actually did stumble upon the real-life equivalent of the popular creepypasta character. What do you think Sarah stumbled upon that day? Is this actually the Slender Man roaming around during the day? Is this just a strange-looking statue? Or is this whole thing just completely fake? Be sure to let me know your thoughts and theories in the comments below. A TikTok user with a really hard name to pronounce uploaded a video in which the woman filming is relaxing with her dogs when suddenly a shadowy figure appears in a dark hallway. Her dogs can even see the shadow figure there. Take a look.
The dogs are ready for bed. It's just a peaceful night here. Get ready to go to bed myself. What the f*** is that? What? Oh God! Fuck!
She wrote the following caption for the video, quote, "I cannot believe I got that on camera. So happy to be out of that house." End quote. So clearly she no longer lives at this house if you are to believe the description. I'll try to enhance this footage so we can hopefully get a clearer look at this. A quick glance at the comments reveals that a lot of people believe this to be a genuine ghost sighting caught on camera. But let me know what you guys think. A YouTube channel named Ragnar and the Viking Family posted this hauntingly creepy video to their account on November 1st, 2022, with the description providing some context reading, quote, "Our house is approximately 300 years old. The entire family has experienced strange noises and objects moving and falling. Sometimes it feels like there's someone else in the room. Therefore, we set up a camera in the house." End quote. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at the video and see what's going on with this family.
Anyway, it'll be time for bed, do the bed.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for a quick shower.
Okay.
Okay, and give us a shout if you need anything. Yeah?
Okay.
We love you.
Love you.
A girl can be seen sitting down in the chair, working on something on her laptop, when out of nowhere, the chair seen directly next to her begins to move around slowly on its own. Afterwards, another chair moves as well. Immediately, the girl freaks out and ultimately decides to leave the room to find her dad. In a second video, we follow the dad walking us through the house, saying that he just heard footsteps coming from what sounded like the back of the house, despite him and his family being the only ones in the house. He walks us through various sections of the house where all seems to be perfectly normal, when all of a sudden...
It came from the back of the house, and we know we're the only people in the house. There's no one else here.
I'm gonna stay here.
Huh?
I'm gonna stay here. It's too scary.
Alright.
I'm gonna stay here.
Didn't come from this area of the house, but it sounded like footsteps. Jesus Christ, the door just closed.
Was there someone in? Did you see anyone?
No.
Richard, be careful.
Guys, is there anyone in here?
I don't think so.
No one behind the door.
Hello? Hello? Mourinho? Hello?
There's no one in here.
That's creepy.
For the rest of the video, the man continues to search the rest of the rooms in the house, but is ultimately unable to find out what's going on. To this day, it is unknown what was causing the strange noises in the house. We can only hope and pray that this family is living in peace now instead of fear. TikTok user It's Bridyo posted a video to her account explaining that she woke up to the sounds of a child crying, which obviously freaked her out quite a bit. She then decided to pull out her phone camera to see if she could record the strange noises. Upon doing so, she ended up recording one of the most terrifying videos you will see in quite a long time. Make sure to look carefully and be sure to also turn your volume up so you can hear the sounds.
Woke up to the sounds of a child crying, and this is what I caught.
Wake up and there's something over there crying. Do you guys see that? Do you guys hear that crying? Look, it's moving. What the is that? What the and there's something over there crying. Do you guys see that? Do you guys hear that crying? Look, it's moving. What the is that?
By enhancing the video's brightness and audio levels, you can make out what appears to be a small child standing at the end of the corridor, hunched over, and the crying sounds are much more audible. It's definitely a strange noise, but to this day, the TikTok user has not gotten to the bottom of this situation. No matter what this entity is, I think it's safe to assume that this is one of the last things you would want to see at the far end of your bedroom. During the first few seconds of this video published by Chris Ramirez on December 19th, 2014, he talks to the camera and says he wants us to be his witness. He goes on to say that people told him his house was haunted, but he brushed off these claims as nothing but hearsay. But if this video is any evidence, it looks as if he may have benefited from listening to them. Chris says that he has been seeing a strange little girl walking around in his basement and is understandably panicked about the situation. After a while, Chris then walks around his basement and keeps saying that he is very scared. Then he pans the camera and captures something horrifying on his video. Have a look and see.
Yeah, man, I'm recording this video because I need you guys to be my fucking witness. These people told me that this place was haunted. And I was like, no, it's not. It's not haunted. There ain't no such thing. And my dumb asses, I've been hearing shit all fucking night. Man, I'm scared out of my mind. Last time I seen the little girl, she was over there behind that little dollhouse, man. You guys gotta come with me and check this shit out. I'm fucking scared as shit. You guys gotta be my witnesses. Fuck, dude. Scared out of my mind. Man. Shit. something back there. Fucking A, man. Dude, I'm scared as hell, man. Scared as shit. Holy shit.
The girl that was roaming around definitely could have been some sort of a hoax. It may have been a friend of his helping him create an elaborate fake video, or it could have been some sort of CGI work. But the way the man reacts when seeing the girl does seem quite genuine. But what do you think? Was this real, or is this just a setup? Be sure to tell me your thoughts. In this YouTube video published in April of 2011, two friends and paranormal investigators Chris Riley and Jordan Sobis venture out to explore a house that they say has been left abandoned now for several years. When they get to the house, they do a bit of exploring and quickly find out just how creepy abandoned houses can truly be. But none of that even comes close to what they are about to witness. Take a look right here, and you should be able to make out something moving all by itself.
I think it's downstairs. Got it, dude.
However, that doesn't even come close to the strange things that these two friends are about to witness throughout the next 3 minutes. Take a look at all of the chaos that is about to ensue, and see the terror slowly start to settle in for both Chris and Jordan.
Can you make known your presence to us somehow? Oh my god.
Holy shit, dude. What in the world is that?
Dude, for real, did that just happen?
What? Dude, hold on a sec.
Did that seriously just happen?
Calm down. Calm down. What is going on? Was that you? If there are any ghostly spirits in this house, talk.
No way, dude.
Dude.
No way. Did that piano just seriously play by itself?
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
Oh, dude, we should get out of this. Oh my gosh.
Out, man. Holy shit. Hold on. Hold on.
That piano is still playing.
It's still playing. Let's go back in. I'm never coming back here again in my life. So let's get as much as we can here. Okay.
We need to get out of here now, dude.
We need to do something or leave. I'm not just gonna sit around in this house.
Let's go, seriously, right now.
After a while, the two friends make a run for their car and drive away, thankfully getting away without any harm done to them. At the beginning of the video, Chris and Jordan were confident that they were not going to be able to find anything of interest in the house, but now they have an entire camera full of spooky evidence that will serve as a warning to any who attempt to go to this building for themselves.
Hola, yo soy Elizabeth Clapés y vengo a hablarte de la importancia de combatir la soledad no deseada.
This video, uploaded to YouTube on Halloween of 2006, claims to show a ghost face show up in one of the windows of the abandoned and haunted Hazelwood Hospital in Maysville, Kentucky. The girl filming the video gets scared by this sighting. Apparently, this footage was reviewed by the TV show Ghost Asylum, and they thought the footage was fake, and so obviously a lot of people were convinced by that conclusion, because it was set on TV. But let's watch it again enhanced. The movement of the face does appear to be slightly out of sync with the camera zoom, but nevertheless, if it is indeed a hoax, then they did a great job incorporating the ghost face into this grainy footage and make it look so seamless. It fits very well with the quality of the video, and whatever the case, I still think it's a very creepy video. The YouTuber Spooky Links recently bought a supposedly haunted doll. Throughout a series of videos censored on the doll, it appears to be moving on its own. In the first video, he's playing video games with a friend, while the doll is positioned in the middle of them. The fast-forwarded footage clearly shows the doll moving. Similar events take place over the next few videos, but something quite different, but still very creepy, takes place in the latest upload. He does an EVP session with the doll, and after one of the questions, what sounds like a scream can be heard. However, when he plays it back a few more times, the scream suddenly isn't there anymore. Take a listen.
Do you know that you're dead? I heard some squeaks, right about, I don't know, a minute 55 or something? I heard some squeaks, listen.
Just come out and say hello.
Like it was like a weird faint
Me.
or something, I don't know.
Do you know that you're dead? Is there anything you want to say to anyone?
Okay, if you notice I have goosebumps all over. Like look, like literally I have so much goosebumps. Yeah, I mean I'm freaking out. That wasn't just there. We listened to that like twice.
Now I obviously can't confirm whether this is real or fake. The video was sent to me by his wife, and I was given permission to feature the videos. Sure, if it were to be a hoax, then it could be achieved with the help of a sound effect added while editing, and the movements of the doll could possibly be done with the help of string. But that's purely speculation, as I feel those would be the most obvious points of interest for skeptics. Most people who have seen these videos seem pretty certain that they show the real deal. The clips are very creepy, and I'm happy that I was contacted about them. Be sure to check out Spooky Links. He does a lot of scary paranormal videos on his channel. Link is of course in the description. The very first entry on today's list will actually be a combination of 3 separate videos, all published on YouTube by user Blake Smith's Gaming Blitz. At the beginning of the first video, Blake explains that he is home by himself and explains that he heard crying noises coming from his basement. Before venturing down, he tells us that he previously called the police for a previous incident in which they found wet footprints while down there. When he goes down, we can hear chilling sounds of a woman crying, while Blake calls out for an answer but gets no response.
Hello? What the fuck is that? Hello? Hello?
In the second video, he manages to go into the basement and place his camera in the corner of the room. A few moments later, and the same noises can be heard once more, sounding almost otherworldly and definitely bone-chilling. Then, in a third video, published the day after the second video, he walks into the basement after hearing the crying again.
Hello? Hello?
Some people in the comments have called this a fake, with some pointing out that he doesn't sound worried and suggesting that it could be a Bluetooth speaker in the basement making all that noise. Whatever the case may be, these 3 videos are sure to get the hair on your arms to stand up. Going for a nightly walk can be a relaxing and peaceful thing to do in order to get some much needed fresh air and to simply clear your head. It's also a very enjoyable thing to do. However, for this TikTok user, her walk was anything but relaxing. In the video, she says she was just going on a walk when she passed her neighbor's house. Sounds completely fine and normal, right? Well, it would be if her neighbors weren't incredibly creepy. Take a look at the footage and see why the woman is more than a little uncomfortable because of her neighbors.
Going for a walk and I look up and I see my neighbors.
The light in the inside of the house appears to be flickering as we watch a group of people gathered around a circle, doing something that we cannot quite tell before eventually darting their heads toward the woman recording, which is where the video abruptly ends. What in the world were these creepy neighbors doing inside that house? Why were the lights flickering, and why were they all gathered in a circle? Were they practicing something deadly? Be sure to let me know your theories in the comments below. The Paranormies are a popular YouTube paranormal investigation group that frequently uploads videos of their various explorations and terrifying findings to their subscribers. And although the vast majority of their videos showcase some genuinely scary things, this particular video you're about to watch definitely takes the cake for one of the creepiest videos on their channel to date. In the video, Paranormies member Johnny is exploring an extremely creepy sanatorium that has quite a reputation for being haunted for many years. For the first little bit of the investigation, all seems to be going relatively well as Johnny begins to set up an Ovilus device when all of a sudden, something gives him a good startle.
Straight ahead. There's caves here. Holy shit. Straight ahead. There's caves here. Holy shit.
Next, when using a paranormal device, Johnny asks any potential spirit in the room to please turn on a light. Sure enough, this happens.
But I need you to come light it up once so that I know you're here. There's no way. That just turned on.
A couple of minutes later, while investigating a different area of the sanatorium, Johnny witnesses something rather chilling happen right near him. Take a look.
I heard a knocking at this. Oh my god. Harry? Is that you? I heard another voice in the spirit box too. I heard a knocking at this. Oh my god.
This next part is definitely one of the more creepy moments in the video. Take a look and see the following series of terrifying events, all of which take place relatively close to one another.
keep hearing things at this door. No way. Why did you have to go and break that? Like from humans?
Towards the end of the investigation, Johnny begins to film a chilling baby doll, which upon first glance looks to be completely normal and not at all that creepy. However, in just a matter of seconds, this seemingly innocent doll rears its ugly head. From here, Johnny continues his investigation for a little bit longer, but is unable to find anything else of interest. However, this video is nevertheless incredibly creepy and serves as a warning for anybody who wants to explore any sort of haunted or abandoned building in the future. Over on TikTok, user Joshua Look shared a video where he seems to be talking about something creepy going on that he noticed and wants to document it all on camera for everybody to see what he has been going through. At first, Joshua Look walks through his house and shows us his house, which looks like it has been recently messed with by some sort of spirit or figure that we can't see. As Joshua's breathing gets more and more panicked, the video gets much creepier. But nothing quite as creepy happens until about midway through, when this can be seen for a split second. Take a look.
Amigos, estoy en el baño. Me han estado tocando la puerta. Me siento muy nervioso, no sé qué hacer. Tocaron otra vez. Miren, esa tira del florero. Se ve una sombra. Miren, se está moviendo esto. Pero no hay nada aquí. No hay nada aquí. De este lado se ve una sombra, se ve una sombra. No sé qué hacer, amigos. Estoy un poco nervioso, Se vio algo en la tienda. Venga, vamos a ver. Vamos a la tienda. Vamos a la tienda. Vamos a... Venga. 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 Sí. Con unas cajas de refresco. Unas rejas. Unas rejas se cayeron. Miren. Se oye algo al enfrente. Oigo un susurro. Un susurro.
The fact that the strange shadow figure only briefly appears is frustrating because we cannot get a good and clear view of what it looks like, but it gives the video a little bit more credibility in the long run. While filming, it doesn't appear as though Joshua noticed the figure because he never stops and questions if he just saw anything, but he certainly got the scare of his lifetime when reviewing the video after the fact.
Un repaso, ¿de acuerdo? ¿Vale? Empezamos en el auditorio. Aquí estáis, Elisa.
Razumemo, da sta sodelovanje in kooperacija nujno potrebna v reševanju.
Let's be real, most people out there hate going to work. It can be a seemingly never-ending, mundane trudge that you can't quite escape. However, I'm willing to bet that you don't hate work because you're fearing for your life when you clock in. But that's what ended up being the case for this TikTok user named Matt Hall, who recorded this eerie video. In the video, Matt is on the phone with the police while also filming a security camera feed on a television screen above him, which shows a mysterious man locking a bag filled with something across the concrete. Obviously, this freaks Matt out more than a little bit, especially when the strange man abruptly starts to run. Take a look at how the rest of the video goes.
There's literally somebody outside like dragging a bag at my work. No, sorry, I'm just recording in case something happens. I can't see his face. Where's he going? He's literally running down to the door. He's coming up to the door right now. See? Oh my God! He's outside the door. He's outside the door right now. No, there's nowhere to hide in here. It's just this one room. The door is locked, but he's like behind the building now. I don't, can you just get here, please, really?
Fortunately, Matt seems to be okay, so let's hope it stays that way, and that he doesn't have to deal with any more scary encounters at work. A YouTuber named Ricky Velasquez is a popular entertainer on the platform thanks to his frequent videos of abandoned building explorations, paranormal entity sightings, and more. On a video published on December 3rd, 2016, Ricky walks around an old and creepy looking building, and it doesn't take long at all for some chilling things to occur. In fact, several eerie things happen to Ricky throughout his video, and strange voices can also be heard every once in a while. Here are some good examples.
Y una de ellas miraba a una niña.
¿Qué es eso? ¿Quién está ahí?
Niña.
However, the scariest moment of Ricky's night doesn't happen until much later on. As Ricky and a woman begin to slowly ascend a decrepit-looking staircase, looking for anything interesting, this happens.
Chiquita, asómate.
Yo no pienso subir más aquí.
Chiquita, asómate.
Yo no la veo.
¿Y si me asomo nada más yo?
¿Ya la viste? ¿Ya la viste?
Sí, ya se la miré, no sé si la grabaste.
¿Ya la viste? ¿La vieron? ¿La vieron? ¿La vieron o no la vieron? Digo, yo creo que ya voy a terminar esta... Creo que voy a terminar esta investigación, creo.
Understandably, Ricky and the woman run away from the area instantaneously after witnessing what appeared to be some sort of ghostly girl peeking its head from around the corner before disappearing. However, Ricky and the woman get curious and head back to the staircase to see if they can find the girl again, but she seems to be nowhere in sight. Who was this strange girl in the abandoned building? Was it a ghost girl or was it a person? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. YouTube user ArrowheadHC uploaded a video taken on the Shipley Hollow Road, which is a road in Sale Creek, Tennessee. The road is notoriously known to be haunted, and the ghost stories of the area go as far back as 150 years. The ghosts are known as Pity Pat, and the area is known as Pity Pat Hollow. The most famous story takes place in 1775, in which a female settler and her 4 children were on their way home at night in a horse and buggy. As they crossed a bridge, they heard a pit-pat, and a beast ran out on its hind legs in front of them and scared them. The beast is usually referred to as an imp. The horse got so scared that the buggy flipped and the woman was thrown from it. The woman died and her children were carried away to be devoured by the imp. This video doesn't appear to show an imp, but it does show a figure at the side of the road that the upload refers to as a ghost. It's hard to tell, but there certainly does appear to be something there. Whether it's a ghost or something much more mundane remains unexplained. Oftentimes when you see a bizarre and strange shape in your house, you do not think it could have possibly been anything to worry about.
Let me show you why I stopped paying for all my other sample libraries. This is Arcade by Output. This thing has sound, samples.
As a society, we all like to collectively believe that the majority of people populating the planet are good-natured people that have our best interests at heart. We don't like to believe that others around us would
Hello everyone, how are you doing? I'm doing just amazing, thank you very much. We are continuing with paranormal videos together with Casper Side. Please subscribe to Casper Side, please subscribe to our channel, Alexander Show channel. Share the videos, like the videos, and please comment below them, it does help a lot. Thank you very much. So, let's start.
It's said that you can't focus on them, and when we try to, they move between walls. Reports of shadow people are similar to ghost sightings, but
As a society, we all like to collectively believe that the majority of people populating the planet are good-natured people that have our best interests at heart. We don't like to believe that others around us would be creepy or have sinister intentions. Sadly, as we all know, however, this is not always the case. While there are a lot of good-natured people out there, there are also a lot of creepy people in the world, and one of the most unsettling types of these people are stalkers. People who will literally follow you home and watch your every move when you least expect it. In this video uploaded by TikTok user Carolina Judah, we see her heading home alone late at night after spending time at a boyfriend's house. But unfortunately for Carolina, this trip back home was not at all comfortable. Take a look. The worst situation in my life when I came home at night. I was coming home from my boyfriend on the last bus. I saw a strange man standing behind the bus stop, but I ignored him. Moments later, he started following me. I wanted to run, but I was afraid that he would run after me. He started to walk faster and faster. At some point he started shouting something, so I thought he was just drunk. But he still followed me home. Around the bend I started to run all the way to the house. When I was entering the house I couldn't see him anywhere. But 20 minutes later I heard the bell. We have it by the gate. I called my mom, very fast, because this man was standing right in front of my house, staring at the windows, and began to move closer. At this point I had a panic attack. And the worst part of it all, he walked across the garden to the door and began to yank the handle. I locked myself in the bathroom and waited for my mom and dad because no one was home. After 15 minutes, he stopped, but I was there for another hour until my parents returned from work. Gratefully, the stalker eventually went away, but it does not make the situation Carolina was in any less terrifying. This event documented by Carolina just goes to show that anything is possible in this world, and danger can literally be lurking around any corner. This series of videos were made by a user known as Elijah Matthews 101 and seems to document him wandering around in the middle of this forest in the middle of the night, which brings about some unforeseen consequences. At one point in the video, he can be seen walking around the forest trying to explore the area to the best of his ability. For the first little while, it doesn't seem as if he is going to find anything of interest, but that all changes rather quickly. Take a look.
It's 12:45. Bell's going off crazy. All of those screams you're hearing are animals. I know they are animals. Oh, it's...
In this second video, Elijah is making his way through the woods where it's just him surrounded by the all-encompassing darkness of the night. It's just Elijah and his flashlight versus the world. Unfortunately for him, he soon finds himself in for the scare of a lifetime.
Hello? Oh, shit.
This last video sees Elijah stumbling across a tunnel in the woods, and he decides to make a bold decision to venture inside, which proves to be an absolutely gigantic mistake. Take a look at what happens when Elijah ventures in.
That I find in the woods at nighttime, so instead I'm just gonna throw something in there, like a stick. That I find in the woods at nighttime, so instead I'm just gonna throw something in there, like a stick.
He finds the tunnel where he thinks the creature lives, and you can hear a growl from inside, but he doesn't notice it himself. Then he hears the bells again, which doesn't make sense because he's deep in the woods, and there aren't any buildings near where he was.
Fun fact, that tunnel went for about 8 meters and then it just stopped. And I was walking home right now, reviewing the footage to see if I caught anything that I didn't quite see in the first time I caught the footage. Listen. Bells. There are no bell towers around me. Again, this happens all the time. I don't understand what it is. And at this point, I actually want to know. I'm desperate to find out what that is. bell tower. No bell tower around here. There's literally nothing around here.
What do you think was going on in these videos? Did Elijah come across some sort of cult-like activity? Is the forest he entered perhaps haunted? Be sure to let me know your theories in the comments below. TikTok is an incredibly popular social media video sharing app that is usually popular amongst the teenage crowd. On the app, users can share videos of them dancing along to thousands of famous songs, or they can choose to do other things with the app, such as make comedy videos. In a video published on TikTok by user Alex Huff on October 26, 2019, Huff is talking to the camera about makeup products and discussing the highlighter that she uses. In the middle of her seemingly normal conversation, the closet right behind her begins to open very slowly, understandably taking Alex by surprise. She looks genuinely confused and a little bit scared as she slowly begins to stand up from her bed to get a closer look at what caused the closet to open, when suddenly the door slams shut and open once more.
Hey guys, so someone commented in one of my videos like the bronzer highlighter I use, and I use the Milani 05 Soleil. So I'm gonna try that on, and no.
In another video posted by Alex, she is seen saging the closet with her friend. As her friend is saging, she says that the closet has a bad and heavy energy to it. To this day, there has been no explanation as to what caused Alex's closet to open and close mysteriously, and it seems we may never know. The Paranormies may be a medium-sized YouTube channel right now, but they create some of the most interesting and creepy abandoned building exploration style videos on the platform. Each video is quite lengthy, which gives the viewer a good look at the inside of the place they're investigating. In this video published to their channel in May of 2021, the group head out to the Union Point Church to do some exploring, and the many results are shocking to say the least. Close to the 10-minute mark in the video, two unsettling things happen that are sure to make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. Watch this.
When things like that you see, it is kind of freaky. Whoa. Whoa. Oh.
This is a very old building too.
Like,
Peter, is that your name? Peter.
If you listen carefully, you can hear a strange voice quickly say the name Peter. 1 week after this video was uploaded, the Paranormies say that they found out that a man died there years ago, and scarily enough, his name was Peter. A couple of minutes later, during the investigation, something else creepy happens with the doorknob.
Sleeping.
How's my stomach? It's...
What was that?
How was that?
It sounded like a squeak of a door hinge or something.
That sounded like a door hinge.
A bit later on, the group attempts to use the Ovilus device one more time and listen to the two chilling words it says. Instead of saying Peter this time around, the Ovilus says the name Jackson.
Like, oh man, it's just freaky. It's like, cause there's like something like, oh, graveyards, man. Jackson?
The Paranormies clarify that where they are investigating, the name is extremely uncommon to the point where it's essentially a rarity to find someone with that name. In addition, they say there was an entire family with the last name Jackson that were buried outside the church in the cemetery. Just 3 minutes later into their night, they notice something odd going on with the stained glass windows, as well as another voice coming from the Ovilus. Watch this.
Shining it to this window and the other window. It won't do it on that window, only this one. Look.
Why would that be?
If I shine it to that window, the light on that window, it won't pick it up. The light's shining on that window. It's not even shining on the window that's over there. Because I'm trying to debunk it here. Go to that window. It should go to that window. What's it keep reaching for on the ceiling? That's arms, legs, that's everything.
It's gotta be the window though, somehow. Peter? They say Peter again?
At the end of the first part of the investigation, the paranormies find a wide array of headstones adorning the grass, and you'll never believe what the names are.
Jackson.
Jackson?
The last name Jackson. Jackson, Jackson, Jackson. Are you kidding me?
Dude, really?
Look at the tops. Look at the top of that. Jackson.
Jackson.
Jackson down there. Bottom. Jackson.
Oh, on the bottom. And Jackson. Did it say Jackson 3 times?
It said Jackson once.
To kick things off in part 2, the group is exploring throughout the church's interior when they suddenly hear something that catches them completely off guard.
What was that?
What?
I swear, like I heard something over here. Like almost like something sliding.
Really?
Yeah. Peter?
Did you hear that?
I was three knocks.
Then about 5 minutes later, when one of the guys approaches one of the windows of the church, this camera manages to pick up something terrifying, and then 2 minutes later, another completely unexplainable event happens.
Oh my God, there it is. He's there. He's right in
There
between.
he is.
Peter, if that's you, can you make a noise from that door? That's where the knocking was coming.
Yeah.
And then gone. Right after that, you feel the building move too?
That's when it was.
Did you hear that?
What was that? Just that? Was that
I don't know. That could have been.
No, there
it
was.
is. What is that?
What is? I don't know.
It sounds like something sliding on the floor. It sounds like something like a shoe on like a basketball court.
At this point, the paranormies are surely getting quite freaked out, but against all odds, they manage to put on their brave faces and press on with the investigation. While sitting on one of the church benches, they witness some seriously strange activity that seems to last for a good few minutes. Take a look at this creepy stretch of footage.
Oh, the door. My God. Is that Jack? Who is that? Oh my God. Holy shit. Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. Joy! Oh my God, he's f***ed in. Open it. Dude, the tripod just came flying at me. It was locked. Why were you locked in?
Thought I heard something. Sounded like a bang. Oh my God. Jordan. Jesus Christ.
As the investigation reaches its end, the group is nearly ready to call it a day and pack their things. But before they start heading home, they are in for one last unsettling encounter.
Upstairs.
Victoria?
Oh my God.
What is going on?
Holy shit. Grab that light. Oh my God. Okay, if that's you, stop for a little bit. Holy shit.
As you can probably see, the Paranormies 2-part video on the Union Point Church is fascinating and just goes to show how disturbing the church's past really is. We all like to think of churches as safe places to go to, but one thing is for sure, the Union Point Church is the exact opposite of safe. A TikTok user named Stonehouse Photography uploaded an incredibly unsettling video to this account earlier this year that seems to show something quite terrifying happening just outside her front door. In the video, we watch as the TikTok relaxes on her couch, having a peaceful day, when all of a sudden, her pet dogs begin to get interested in something that is seemingly behind the front door of her home. Naturally, this also grabs the TikToker's attention, at which point she started to record the video. As you can see, the dogs were right. Something is right there. Take a look and see.
It's outside. What the fuck? Too scared to open my door.
An incredibly creepy dark figure can be seen squatting in front of the glass right next to the front door, before eventually scurrying away, out of eyesight. The TikToker is audibly confused, but does not go and investigate, instead ending the video. To this day, nobody knows for sure what ended up getting recorded that day at this person's house, but it certainly didn't look like anything too friendly. What do you think this creepy figure was, and did it mean any harm? Either way, this is certainly not something that you would want to see on your front porch. A YouTube channel known as The Paranormal Files uploaded a video on October 4th, 2019 of them exploring a place known as the Penhurst Asylum, which is infamous for being haunted. Throughout the video, host Colin Brown walks around the asylum attempting to find paranormal activity. At about an hour in, Colin explains that the footage that is being recorded is 100% raw and unedited. Just as he is saying this, subtle movement occurs in the corridors behind him, causing him to call out for answers, but he gets no response, only silence. Later on, Colin then persuades the spirits to push one of the wheelchairs in the corridors. We then hear intense screaming coming from down the halls that sounds almost otherworldly and will definitely send a chill down your spine. Take a listen.
Can you show us that someone is still down here in these tunnels?
Suddenly, we began to hear screaming echoing down from the end of the tunnel that we were hearing with our ears and picking up on the camera. The footage that you're about to see is going to go down in history as one of our scariest moments ever while filming the show, and one of our craziest pieces of evidence that we've ever captured.
Okay, what the f is that? I have no idea.
That's actually a little too much for me. Can we go?
No.
No, that was like very scary. Let's breathe. Can we go?
On September 7th, 2012, a man named Thomas Miller uploaded a video to his YouTube channel. It may start off
Aprovecha ya la fiesta de ofertas Amazon Prime. 2 días de ofertas increíbles. Descubre las ofertas ahora.
Rellena la piel en 20 segundos con el Serum Nivea Cellular con ácido hialurónico. Hidrata durante todo el día para una piel jugosa.
Tied up mummies, new human species, mysterious finds.
They had very little information on it. They know it's absolutely Paracas.
Archaeological discoveries are making rounds on the internet.
I always looked at his mummy and I said, this is...
Captured it all, so buckle up as we take a look at footage that doesn't have any explanation.
Oh my God! What the...
Believed to be the most haunted place in America, the Gettysburg Civil War battle site in Pennsylvania has always been a site for haunting presence. However, things became serious when a guy driving down the area recorded this. It looked like a couple of ghostly apparitions came running down towards the wheel carts, and then suddenly disappeared, just like they had appeared. As the place had seen a ton of casualties in the three-day battle, people thought these ghostly figures might be the unrested souls of those soldiers. Ghostly play. While reviewing his home security camera, this homeowner found something that left him absolutely shocked. He saw that his dog seemed to be playing with another dog, but he only had one dog, and his backyard was completely secure, leaving no way for another dog to enter his house. And the other dog looked like a pale, misty apparition, similar to a ghost. Seeing the bizarre sight, the guy went out to check, but the mysterious dog was already gone. Was the dog really playing with some unseen entity, or something else was at play? For now, its identity has remained elusive. Bigfoot. A walk in the woods can always take a strange turn, like it did for this guy. While enjoying his stroll through the Idaho woods, he spotted something that made him stand still and record. A giant appeared out of nowhere and seemed to walk toward the other side. Let's take a look again. A giant furry body, bipedal like a human, but features similar to a gorilla. Could this be the elusive Bigfoot? Just seeing the figure in his vicinity, the guy decided it was time to leave and ran out of the woods, cutting his trip short, never to look back. Beastly pet. I don't know if it's actually a good idea to cozy up to something that looks like that. Even with those chains wrapped around it, who knows what would happen if it went berserk. The creature looked like a mix of a dog, a pig, and a dinosaur, which was on steroids. And the way it looked at all those people, I'm telling you, I do not like them at all. The person who posted the clip claimed that the creature was the result of a secret lab experiment in China, but skeptics aren't convinced. The real deal? Or an elaborate hoax? What do you think? Mysterious cryptid. A strange rumor was going around in the Santa Fe province of Argentina of a mythical creature prowling the streets at night. Many brushed it off as baseless, but then somebody managed to record this video, confirming the rumor. A dark cryptid was sitting among the trees. Due to the blurry video, not much can be said about its nature. Many believed it was a chupacabra, arguing that the cattle from the area had been mysteriously vanishing. Others speculated that it could be a werewolf, saying they had seemed similar beings. But I'll leave it up to you to decide. Hide and seek. I'm starting to believe that forests are either haunted or a hideout for otherworldly entities, or both. And this video might just confirm that for you. A man was out in the woods with his horse in broad daylight when you least expect anything strange. But there it was, a bizarre entity peeking from behind a tree. Due to the blurry video, it's hard to see, but a close-up would tell you it's gray. the typical aliens portrayed in movies. And before you go on your high horses calling this a hoax, see how even the horse noticed the eerie presence. Fairies. Looks like fairies are more than just stories and myths. Recently, clips have been going around online, leaving people to speculate that they might be real. Have a look at what this guy found on his home security camera footage. A bright flying figure unaware of the recording lens was captured. And that's not all. Another clip featured a similar tiny figure flying across the frame in a room. Real sightings of just a hoax to play the netizens. Let me know what you think of these unexplainable sightings. Blinking orb.
There's the moon. And we have no idea what the heck this is.
A guy visiting Brighton, Ontario witnessed a view out of this world. The night sky had set the stage for this bright yellow orb shining against the dark night sky. The light blinked, casting a long shadow on the water surface. Initially, he thought it might be the moon, but the moon was on the left side of the frame, hidden behind the clouds. So what could it be? An extraterrestrial object? A second moon? Or just a star that decided to shine a whole lot brighter that night? Let me know your guess in the comments.
Does anyone know what this is?
Quadrupedal. Now let's take a look at what this guy saw when he looked out his apartment window. A creature that stood eerily still in the middle of the road, although it was standing on all fours. The second half of its body was strangely humanoid, and did you notice? It doesn't seem to have any facial features. The guy quietly took the footage and asked the internet for help. Netizens speculated that it might be a chupacabra out on the hunt. Some even suggested it could be a creature from another dimension stuck in our realm. What's your take on this? Cosmic cadaver. You never know when a hike in the woods would take an otherworldly turn, because who knows what strange things are hiding behind that thick cover of trees and bushes. For this hiker, it turned out to be a corpse of what looked like an alien. It was found rotting under fallen trees, with its body still intact. From the disturbed area around it, it seemed like the creature had met its end in a clash, whether with an animal or perhaps one of its own kind. Hilltop giants. In Brazil's Ilha do Mel, a family hike took a wild turn when they experienced just that. They saw two giant figures standing on a hilltop, out of reach. Eyewitnesses described them as fast-moving shadows, towering over 10 feet tall. The figures moved with a speed that gave chills. It was impossible to climb up or communicate with them. Were they aliens? Giants? No one knows. But one thing was clear enough. The family was spooked, but couldn't tear their eyes away. So, watch the skies. You never know what's out there. Fairy sighting.
There it is. Look at that. Did you see it?
A security camera in Los Angeles recorded an otherworldly sight. While reviewing the footage, a guy found this strangely glowing humanoid figure flying across the frame. Not able to believe his own eyes, he posted the clip online and asked the internet for help, and netizens jumped to conclusions, where some said it was definitely a fairy sighting, a mythical legend came to life. Skeptics dismissed it, saying it was probably just a moth, captured at a certain angle. But then, what about its glowing figure? Since no one has been able to tell what that flying thing really was, it remained a mystery.
Now tell me that's not a fairy. Tell me, you see the two legs? Tell me that's not a fairy.
Ominous reminder. This man had no idea that his midnight stroll would lead to a terrifying encounter when he spotted a strange figure.
Я хворію на діабет вже 31 рік. Це у мене такий, можна сказати, хрест.
On top of a rooftop. Stopping short, he started recording the humanoid silhouette, which kept standing as still as a statue, as if watching the guy. He later posted the bizarre video online, wondering if anyone knew what it was. Netizens speculated that it might be a ghost or a spirit. Others were convinced it was the Grim Reaper. Skeptics, however, suggested that it might actually be a statue or an object that looked strange. Protective Bigfoot. Every time a Bigfoot sighting surfaces, many people dismiss it as a gorilla or some other ape. But when this clip emerged online, people thought there might be some truth to all the Bigfoot conspiracy. The footage featured a Bigfoot walking behind the giant stones. As it noticed the camera, it rushed back and emerged again, this time carrying its little one. The parent Bigfoot probably felt threatened by the cameraman and wanted to keep its baby safe. The guy was sure the duo was taking refuge in the cave. As the clip went viral online and people flocked to the cave to take a look for themselves, they didn't find anything. Now Bigfoot enthusiasts think the protective cryptid probably left the place, while others think the whole footage was a hoax. Let me know what you think. Club of Crap.
Here we have one of the weirdest insects in the rainforest, a tortoise beetle larva.
Don't be fooled by the size of this tiny critter, as it's got quite a gross surprise up its sleeve. This little one you see on screen is actually a tortoise beetle, and that bushy part isn't just its tail, but a full-blown survival kit. The beetle covers its tail with its own fecal matter, and this offensive act is enough to keep any predator off their back. When they feel threatened, they raise their poop-covered tails, and they're good to go alive. Hospital sighting. Although hospitals have a fair share of unexplained haunted activity, but what if you witnessed something like this on your next visit? Well, this happened to these guys while they were visiting someone in a hospital in Japan. Sitting near the patient and recording the moment on camera, the lens unexpectedly captured a bizarre movement in the corner, really close to the patient's bed. It wasn't until later, when they were reviewing the footage, they saw the bizarre face. As the patient seemed to have felt nothing during her stay at the hospital, everyone thought it was probably the harmless spirit of a patient that might have passed away in the hospital. Mystery footprint. This clip circulating online has left many stumped. A woman posted this online saying she's been noticing this strange footprint appear on her glass window. Well, it doesn't. Far more swirling around like it could strangle anything that came close to it. Not wanting to end up in a life-threatening situation, the guy decided to leave the giant octopus where it was, and it was gone after a while. Netizens speculated it might be the Kraken sea monster that unwittingly ended up on this poor guy's farm. Sighting in the wild. Driving down a secluded forest, this guy spotted a very strange scene. He was able to capture this bizarre-looking creature running down the path. A pale brownish head with a black furry body. It seemed to be carrying the carcass of some animal in its mouth. The guy who recorded the footage thought it was a shape-shifting creature, while online folks suggested it was a hyena carrying its dinner. People were skeptical if otherworldly creatures were out hunting in the dark night. Appalachian Creeper. While trekking through the Appalachian Mountains, a hiker came across a very strange sight. Hiding behind a tree, he saw a small creature sitting eerily still. It would have gone unnoticed, if not for its huge black eyes. The guy thought he was seeing a juvenile skinwalker and ran for the hills. However, online speculation suggested something else. The great Potu bird, but the fact that they are not found in the Appalachia made the possibility unlikely. Grim Reaper. While on a road trip, driving down a remote road and seeing a figure in a black hooded cloak is the last thing anyone would want to see. However, this group encountered the exact same thing. While driving past a cemetery in Albuquerque, they noticed this scary presence. It's hard to tell if it's hovering or standing on the ground. Still, it seemed really tall. The group thought it might be the Grim Reaper visiting the cemetery. Hearing takes of these entities is one thing, but seeing one with your own eyes will definitely give you one heck of a scare. But there's no telling if the sighting was even real or not, as many have questioned its authenticity. Root-like creature. This woman stumbled upon something truly bizarre.
Hola, yo soy Elizabeth Clapés y vengo a hablarte de la importancia de combatir la soledad no deseada.
Deep in a cave, she discovered a strange there was a giant, bright blue circle with a bunch of straight white lights passing under it. The guy had to stop and see what's going on. How do you even make sense of something like this? Extraterrestrial invasion, military aircrafts on a drill, or something we've yet to make sense of? The site has left a long trail of questions, with no plausible answers in sight. Gate Stuckies. When the homeowner of this house wanted to get in, he saw these strange-looking creatures stuck to the doorframe, crawling and having no idea what these he recorded and posted the clip online. Now online folks had a lot to say. Some thought these were undiscovered Flying Dino. This clip has been making rounds on the internet, and no one knows what they just saw. A massive creature with a wingspan as huge as an SUV. The flyer even had a tail that eerily looked similar to a dinosaur. The cryptid flew from one side of the frame to the other. Could it be a dinosaur flying freely in the sky, trying to tell that they are back? Or was it just a prank? Although many have dismissed the clip as such, cryptid enthusiasts still think there's a chance that it's real. Slithery swimmer. Visiting places for the first time can end up in a lot of different ways. Have a look at what this guy saw when he was near the sea in Southeast Asia. From a distance, his camera caught sight of this odd-looking creature, pale, slithery, and its face like a snake out of water. It's sudden. I ducked back into the water, and it swam away, but not before showing off its bizarre fish-like tail. A snakefish, or some other underwater creature we have yet to discover. I'll let you be the judge of that. Sneaking in. A family was left terrified when their security camera captured something unbelievable in their vacation home. Hairy and monkey-like, the creature had somehow found its way to the balcony and was recorded entering the house. And if it weren't for its bipedal nature, it could have easily been an ape. But it walked upright like a human, and from its gait, we can say it meant business. Netizens believed it was the very first clear footage of the legendary Bigfoot, but what had it been doing in the house? It seems like empty buildings in the woods would be the perfect place for these beasts to hide. Colossal human. Seems like giant human beings are no longer myths, as more and more of them are being spotted around the world. And while most of them are just shadows or silhouettes, this one was clear as day and looked like an ordinary man, only too big to be called normal. Hikers on São Tomé das Letras quickly grabbed their phones to record when they spotted this giant towering over the trees. The locals were convinced that this person was a giant, finally out of its hideout. However, some thought it was the particular camera angle that created the illusion. But what do you think? Invisible patient. Either this guy took the whole imaginary friends thing too seriously, or he can actually see ghosts. A hospital security camera captured an unsettling activity as the automatic doors slid open to welcome someone or something we can't see. Instead of being puzzled, the security guard got his clipboard to register the invisible guest, and even appeared to be talking, then got a wheelchair, proceeding to take his imaginary friend inside. Many believe the clip was authentic, claiming hospitals are filled with restless spirits. Others, however, think it was elaborately staged. Peekaboo. This guy had no idea he'd end up in a horror movie when he woke up, but soon things started getting eerie around his house. Flickering lights, doors closing by themselves, malfunctioning electronics. Panicking, he went outside to call his girlfriend and came back in to find his kitchen in complete disarray. And that's when he noticed it. A haunting, upside-down face peering into the living room, making the guy rush out of his house. And if I were him, I would have never returned. Birthday tears. A woman woke up to human-like wailing noises. She didn't have any children and lived alone after her husband passed away last year. Panicking, she went upstairs and found her dog crying, looking up at the pictures of her husband. She reported that today was her husband's birthday. Who had brought up their dog? Who would have ever thought animals experienced grief just like we do? The video left many on the internet tearful and in awe of the love the dog had for its master.
Existe una receta sencilla para vivir a lo cubano.
Eichthirnir. A man walking through the woods encountered something straight out of mythology. It was a stag standing at some distance, but it wasn't normal. Smoke came out of his ears as he puffed in anger. Could it be a fire-breathing stag? If so, I hope the man got out of there fast, because the animal didn't look friendly. Netizens started cooking up wild theories as soon as the video went viral. Many suggested that it might be a real-life Eichthirnir, a magical stag in Norse mythology. Skeptics, however, argued that it might be cold in the region, making the animal's breath appear foggy. But let me know your take on this one. Blue cat. A bizarre video emerged on the internet that has got everyone talking. It featured a blue cat. From its fur down to its paws, everything was blue, even its tongue. People could hardly believe their eyes. While the cat has become a worldwide sensation, some people were having doubts about the clip's authenticity, claiming the video had been manipulated. And in today's day and age of advanced tech, you can't blame them for skepticism. Others, however, were convinced, saying that it was a rare condition. Toothy octopus. I don't know about the Loch Ness, but we might have found the Kraken, a mythological sea cephalopod-like monster preying upon ships passing between Norway and Iceland. Going to the beach seems like a peaceful activity until you see something like this haunting its sand. It looked like an octopus with vicious teeth and even appeared to change shape. The terrified beachgoer had no idea what it was and posted it online, leading netizens to speculate. Many suggested that it could be a baby kraken. Others remained doubtful, calling it a hoax. Extraterrestrial bug. It was a routine day for the hospital staff when they saw this bizarre insect lurking in one corner of a room. It looked like nothing in this world. Bulging body and several spindly legs attached to the walls. Even its movements were alien. I mean, what was it even doing? Many believed it was a new species of bugs, while others were genuinely freaked out, commenting that burning the building wouldn't be such a bad idea. Skeptics remained doubtful, calling it a CGI trick. If that's true, whoever made it put a lot of work into it. Sentient mushrooms. The last time I checked, plants were inanimate. That is until this bizarre video surfaced, leaving even experts speechless. At first, they just appeared to be regular mushrooms, but as someone poked them with a stick, they moved. Many pointed to Chernobyl, saying it looked like a chemical reaction causing the plants to become animated. Others thought it was a secret scientific experiment. A few believed it wasn't even plants and some other organisms. If you have any insights on this, do let me know in the comments. Mysterious stick. An Indian man might have discovered the most bizarre stick. Apart from being twisted, it looks quite ordinary. But wait till you see what it does when put into the water. It started moving rapidly as if it had come alive. Many thought the stick was actually a zombie snake. And there's more. It even moved upward along the stream of water from an open tap. The video has captured the attention of people worldwide, with some believing it was a magical branch, while others thought it moved like that due to its unique design. Swamp creature. A strange video making rounds on the internet has left everyone terrified. The creature moved swiftly on the ground, as if it was swimming in the water. It had peculiar snake-like movements. The uploader claimed he had spotted it near a swamp, and might have emerged from there. People thought it was some giant snake hybrid. For years we have imagined all kinds of monsters. Could it be that an actual swamp monster has finally surfaced? Well, it seems like that's not the case, as someone pointed out that it was actually just a croc without its front legs, forcing it to move like that. Floating fireball. It seems like someone has finally managed to capture real-life Calcifer from Howl's Moving Castle on tape. The bizarre ball of light appeared to be floating across the sky. The whole thing looked like the scene out of a sci-fi movie. Some suggested that it could be a glowing UFO, while others were convinced it was a spirit drifting by. Skeptics, however, argue that it was just a flare caused by a natural phenomenon. But without any official word on the sighting, nothing can be said about it. Peking Bigfoot. A hunter's expedition into the woods took a mythical turn when he spotted some big footprints in the mud. He planned to keep watch at the place and got a shocking surprise when he saw this giant peeking at him through the trees. Thick, shaggy hair and an ape-like face, the entity boasted a towering stature, leaving the man convinced he had seen a Bigfoot. As he posted the video online, cryptozoologists went crazy over it, calling it one of the clearest Bigfoot sightings ever caught on camera. Skeptics believed it was a human donning a suit, performing an elaborate prank. Let me know your take on this. Stalking the woods. If you're still
Ooh, feels more like an instrument than a sample library.
debating whether the Bigfoot legend is real or not, take a look at this fascinating video. A hiker out in the woods was enjoying the scenery when he spotted a giant creature stalking the place. Covered in thick brown fur with ape-like features, the entity walked on its legs, unlike a typical cryptid. Netizens were certain that it was a Bigfoot, but due to the potato quality of the clip, some were not convinced, calling the whole thing staged. Bahia Horned Beast. This bizarre photo of a humanoid was captured by a teen in Brazil back in 2007 and has remained a mystery to this day. People have come up with many theories about the creature, now called the Bahia Horned Beast. Some believed it was a man-eating devil that is still out there in the woods. Others thought it was a swamp monster, but its identity aside, many were puzzled, wondering if that was an infant it was holding in its arms. Skeptics brushed off the terrifying image, calling it a hoax. But what do you think? Could it actually be proof that something else is out there? Demonic shadow. A group of friends out in the wild were enjoying the serene nature when one of the guys captured a scene that left them thoroughly unsettled. As the woman was walking into the long bushes, suddenly a black, smoke-like figure appeared and followed the woman, and it looked like it entered her body. The guy thought it was some demonic entity among them, as woods are known to house such creepy entities. Do you think the woman was possessed by something, or was it just a glitch caught on camera? Bizarre cryptid. After hearing strange voices coming from a park, a few officials went to take a look. They found an opening beneath a rock, and while they were inspecting it, a strange cryptid appeared on the other side, lashing out in anger. The witnesses reported that they had no idea what it was, claiming they had never seen anything like it before. People believe it was a new species that dwelled underground, while others argued that it might be a chupacabra hiding there to prey on innocent people. But the case became even more mysterious as the creature vanished. This picture of a dragon flying over a residential area going around online was captured when a Filipino guy found this creature flying right outside his window. After seeing unusual commotion outside, he found this giant dragon flying in the sky, like it was out on its routine flight. Capturing the moment, he showed it to everyone online, and many people chalked it up to a hoax. But seeing the way its wings flapped and it turned, it looked pretty real. Locals even thought a creature from the legends had been sighted. Real or not, it surely created a buzz online.
Aprovecha ya la fiesta de ofertas Amazon Prime. 2 días de ofertas increíbles. Descubre las ofertas ahora.
hunted and ate smaller sea animals. The Temnodontosaurus was a fierce hunter. It had super sharp teeth, him skip his heartbeat. He saw a colossal snake slithering out of a dense plantation, its body stretching across the path as if it was trying to stop the moving vehicle. Upon looking closely, it turned out the massive serpent seemed vulnerable, as if it was resting after having a huge meal, not wanting to become its
too outlandish to be real.
Oh my gosh, go.
Let's delve into such unbelievable events that had everyone talking, all thanks to a little camera mounted on the dashboard.
That's crazy shit. It's crawling at me like...
People over the internet are confident about a Mothman being captured on camera in Russia in 2021. Let's see. A car was driving on a road when suddenly the ground erupts and out comes a creature from someone's nightmares. It looked a lot like a humanoid moth, especially when it landed before the dash cam. Take a good look. So, what's your take on this one? Spider wasp creature. 3 protrusions in the name of a tail and 4 legs with the body of a grasshopper or a wasp, whilst looking like a spider. This thing can be anything but earthly. This alien creature was seen crossing the road in Brazil and caught the attention of the netizens due to its unbelievable features. It looked like a weird hybrid of some kind. What do you think about it? A real deal or some hoax created by people greedy for a few clicks? Tell me where you land on this one in the comments section. Alien creature. Next on the list is a group of friends and a heart-pounding experience that they had. Yes, being chased by an entity like this is no joke. A group of friends were driving around in their car when suddenly a man started chasing them. Now, as terrifying as this creepy human with glowing eyes is, see how fast he is? He is actually keeping up with the speeding car. How? Maybe because it was a superhuman? And look at his eyes. It's not possible for a human to reflect light like this because we don't have the special tissues behind our retinas, like many nocturnal animals do, that helps them see better at night. So, either this is a superhuman or a weird animal hybrid of some kind. Infamous skinwalker. This clip hails from a small town in Western Australia. Rocky Gully, where a resident driving through the forest at night suddenly noticed something ahead of him. Could you see it? In the light of his headlights, a strange humanoid creature with pale skin swiftly on all fours in front of the car, crossing the road and disappearing in the dark once again. The man turned white with fear and quickly shared the clip online. He is convinced that what he saw was nothing less than the legendary Skinwalker. The way it walked on all fours and moved around, it just means one thing. The infamous shape-shifting skinwalkers are present in the Australian wilderness. Falling ghost. Next on the list is an unbelievable encounter with a ghostly woman. In October of 2015, a trucker was going down on a road in the early hours of the morning when suddenly this happened to him. Standing on the dark stretch of the road somewhere in the Ukraine was a woman with black hair and white clothes. The trucker had to apply brakes to avoid a hit, but the lady seemed too comfortable there. She didn't move an inch. After some time, the dash cam started glitching. This is when the woman vanished into the ground, disappeared, as if she wasn't there a second ago. The driver sped away with a firm belief that he had encountered a ghost lady. But some people say that the camera glitch was added to hide the edit in the footage, and it was all but a hoax. TikTok cryptid. Here is another creature that defies all worldly explanations. I mean, what on earth is this thing? At one point, it's standing on its legs. Another time, it's chasing the cameraman. But it's really hard to figure out what it is given the poor quality of the clip. Can you guys guess what it is? Creepy siren head. A man driving on Ohio highway spotted something weird in the distance. At first, he thought it was just another telephone pole. But then, he saw a pair of sirens above that long, emaciated figure. It was a siren head. He zoomed in to get a better look. And there it was, with long, thin arms almost reaching to the ground, thin body, and a pair of sirens on its head. It was a real-life siren head. Bigfoot chasing car.
Oh my gosh, go.
If I ever find a creature like Bigfoot chasing my car, I am done for. And something along the same lines happened with this lady. Yes, according to her, while she was reversing her car after completing her camping trip in Colorado, she saw something dark moving in the background. She opened her camera to film it, only for an alleged Bigfoot to chase her car. The woman was startled beyond imagination and raced her car. I hope she was fine because her scare looked real to me.
Oh my gosh, go.
Creepy zombie man.
No importa lo que digan, tener pelo es muy importante. Y en mi caso, he vuelto a ganar en autoestima y en confianza. Vine a la clínica recomendado y una vez...
Cruisers, man!
An army man, along with his buddy, was out on a walk in the outskirts of Browning, Montana, when they came across this man. They quickly realized something was off. When the men inquired about the man about his well-being, the bipedal man suddenly started crawling towards them. The way it was standing with its stiff neck and stretched out chest, it resembled eerily to a vampire. And this was enough for those two buddies to take a run back home. Ground-digging figure. Just the idea of an unknown creature digging through graves and ground is enough to send chills down anyone's spine. And two teenagers driving through Akron, Ohio actually witnessed that while passing by a cemetery.
Oscillating multi-tool features patented duotech oscillation technology.
It was a dark, ghastly creature sitting comfortably in freshly dug up soil. It looked like it was looking for its next meal in the cemetery. The two of them froze in fear for some time. Looking at the nightmares of a creature, they suddenly jolted out of their fear and decided to drive away. Later, they uploaded the video, asking viewers what it could be. But honestly, I have no idea.
Thanks to the available parallel.
Road ghost. In 2023, a truck driver on his routine drive was passing through Arizona when he saw something on the right side of the road. He was confident that he had seen something ghostly. Quickly, he reviewed the footage and realized that his dash cam has also caught what looks like a ghost. But many people dismissed it as a mere glare. But not this next clip, where a driver caught a ghost figure standing in the middle of the road. It looked as if this lady just assimilated into the car and vanished. Even the driver couldn't believe what had happened. In another equally bizarre clip, a dog teleported out of nowhere on a road in Chile during a street race. If I slow this clip down a bit, you will see how the dog just appears from right behind the car and with a shadow of its own, disappears into the dark side of the road. One cannot negate all these convincing clips. Slender Man. A tall, thin man dressed in a black suit with a blank face? It could be no one but a Slender Man. The clip, hailing from the United Kingdom, begins with a man driving his car and taking a turn. And there, he saw it. A huge, tall creature with a face devoid of any features and thus expressions. The man, obviously out of his wits, drove straight out of the road into a grass patch. The clip ends with the man filming Slender Man coming towards his car, leaving us all wondering what happened next. I did some digging and couldn't find any mysterious report of a missing person in the area. So I think nothing happened to the man, and he must have made a good escape. Roadside nuns. As chilling as this clip is, its backstory is even more chilling. So, in 2019, a man filmed and uploaded this clip when he suddenly started spotting nuns everywhere he went. It was as if the man was being followed by these mysterious figures cladded in all black. To his surprise, no one else seemed to notice them. And then one day, he decided to film it all. Do you see these mysterious figures in black dresses on the left side of the road? I can count to 4. There are at least 4 of them that look eerily like nuns. And if these dark figures were not enough, the camera also caught a strange transparent creature apparently with its lower half missing in a nearby building. Let me slow it for you. Did you spot it now? Honestly, what has been happening with this poor man? Mid-road cult meetup. Imagine hitting the pedals of your car only to bump into a mid-road cult meeting of weirdos. The drivers first spotted a man startled by the headlights of his car, running away from him with a briefcase in his hand. Then he was joined by another suited man with a briefcase, and as the driver moved forward, out came a whole bunch of creepy dudes from the tall grass. Shocked white faces, strange demeanor as if they were panicking after being caught. The worst part came when the driver saw the fire behind them. This is when he realized that maybe this cult was performing some eerie rituals on the deserted roadside. Bizarre woman. Imagine taking your routine bus home and suddenly this face appears to scare you stiff. This chilling scene was captured by a passenger somewhere in Asia who claims that a woman with a bizarre white face appeared out of nowhere in front of the moving bus. Was she inside of the bus? Doesn't look like that, and if she was indeed outside of the bus, how did she come in front of a moving bus? How could the driver not spot her? The man was visibly shaken by this chilling encounter and couldn't make out what he had captured on his phone. Cryptid crossroad. All you need is a cryptid, like a Bigfoot, to cross right in front of your eyes to complete the adventure. Captured in February of 2022, this clip was shared by a man who claims that they have seen a Russian Bigfoot crossing a road. Honestly, I would have believed it given their reactions, but the video quality is too poor to make anything out of it with confidence. Strange humanoid. A driver in the UK saw a strange humanoid darting in front of his car in 2007. Sure of what he had seen, he contacted the Highway Surveillance Office and asked them to review the footage, and this is what they found. The man was not lying. A strange humanoid-like creature can be seen sprinting across a 4-lane highway. At first, you can dismiss it as an animal, but when I did some frame-by-frame analysis, it showed what appeared to be a human head, body, and legs of a humanoid running on all 4s. The clip is not faked either, so the possibilities range from fox, cat, dog, wolf to shape-shifting humanoid, or some unknown cryptid. Large Sasquatch. When it comes to capturing awe-inspiring creatures on a dashcam, no one can beat the truck drivers. In the early morning hours of May 30th, 2024, a man was picking his equipment near Sunchild First Nation Reservation northwest of Rocky Mountain House, Alberta, Canada, when he saw a huge upright beast standing on the edge of a rural industrial site. Man, shaken to his core, walked back towards his truck and drove it off the site. And while driving away, he managed to capture this on dashcam. That was a beast not to be taken easily. With an estimated height of 11 to 13 feet tall, the truck driver showed sensibility when he decided to leave the area as soon as possible. Haunted route. Imagine your friends telling you about a haunted road with woman ghosts and you get to experience it firsthand. This is exactly what happened with a truck driver named Pedro Prince. He was driving down a road in Louisiana that many of his co-workers have reportedly seen ghosts on. And one fateful night, he ended up recording this. By slowing down the clip and zooming in for a bit, we can see she was a pale white girl hunched over the ground. When she noticed Pedro, she turned to look at him, and I think raised her hand too. The man, being mindful of the chilling situation, didn't stop to say hi to that ghost. If you were in his place, would you have stopped? Tiny alien. A man.
Generate sampler. All right, so let's see what happens.
A man in 2022 was filming the heavy traffic on a highway when the car in front of him suddenly swerved. What he saw next sent chills down his spine. A tiny figure standing in the middle of the road, having no worry that he could get hit by the oncoming traffic. What was this creature? An alien or a ghost? Looking at this pale white hairless thing, I cannot say anything with certainty. Some people, however, say it was an alien who escaped from an alleged alien breeding project in Brazil. A while ago, a different video was leaked from the same project of alien breeding, showing tiny aliens being kept in small bottles. So, an escaped alien or a haunted demon? You be the judge. Strange object descending.
I don't know what that is.
People saw this fiery thing descending over downtown Charlotte, and all they could think about was aliens. The clip was filmed by one or two friends sitting in a car when they spotted this thing soaring above the skyline. It was not a bird nor a typical plane, and therefore many thought it could be a UFO. To me, it looks more like a skydiving team. They used flares and smoke grenades whilst doing a show for aesthetic reasons, and also for tracking and visual purposes. So, what do you think?
I don't know what that is.
Mysterious ghost woman. This is it. If anything like this ever happened to me, I would never hit a road again at night. So, a bunch of Malaysian friends were out at night in Tuluk Bahang Pula, Penang, Malaysia, when their dash cam and their eyes caught this. A mysterious lone woman in a red shirt. No big deal, until they saw a similar woman again after taking a small turn. They disregarded the second appearance as a mere coincidence, until the mysterious ghost woman came right in front of their car, moving slowly and steadily as if she had no care for the world and didn't fear getting hit by the car. The men, shaken to their core, reversed the car and sped away as fast as they could. Strange grass creature. Did you see it? A weird creature emerging from the grass? It's easy to miss, but let's see what it is. So, a man shared this dashcam footage when he was in Barbados, an island in the Caribbean. He says he was passing by a rural side when he spotted this mysterious creature with rocky, scaly skin and sandy beach color emerging from the grass. Spooked by what he saw, he didn't stop to figure out what it really was and hit the pedal of his car to speed away. Looks like a second-hand version of the indomitable thing from Marvel to me. Japanese humanoid. Imagine stopping on a red signal only to watch this creature cross you. This was filmed by a truck driver in Japan. He was on his routine shift when a red signal, his eyes caught something on the right side of the road. He looked closely but couldn't figure out what it was. The creature then came on the highway and crossed the road like a pro, maybe due to low traffic. It felt confident in coming out like this. Anyway, the small ape-like thing was bipedal, in my opinion, and could move swiftly. Despite zoom-ins and frame-by-frame analysis, it's really hard to make out exactly what this creature is. What do you think? Ghost Pole. At first, I thought that this man's head was camouflaged with the dark background, but then his background changed to this white wall, and that is when I got chills down my spine. The location of the incident is not known, nor do we know anything about the uploader. This clip just goes on to show a man without his head walking on the side of a road. With species of headless men rumored to be around, the footage has made several rounds on the internet. Known as ekopoli in Greek, they were known to have their heads on their chest. So does this man have his head on his chest too? Or is this a clever camera trick? You be the judge of everything here. Humanoid cryptid. A police dashcam captured a cryptid in 2016, and ever since, the video is circulating on the internet as a proof to the existence of cryptid humanoids. Let's see. This leaked footage was caught in Everett, Washington, and begins with a police mobile patrolling a highway when suddenly a humanoid cryptid creature runs down the highway towards the police mobile. It looks like it is made up entirely of light. The officer, taken aback, comes out of the car to pick the humanoid and takes it away from the camera's field of view. Some folks over the internet say it's just a lost human baby that was being rescued by cops, while others say the cryptid looked a lot like Fresno nightcrawlers. What are they hiding from us? A race of cryptid humanoids that may take over humanity? Dog-monkey hybrid. No matter what, I would never be emotionally and mentally ready for creatures like this to exist. This man was going about his usual routine. He had no idea he was about to be disturbed for life by a strange human-monkey hybrid. Now, let's stop it here. Look at this thing's limbs. It's nothing human and animal. The grayish-blue hue, the long, thin limbs, the incredible agility. This creature is a real-life golem, in my opinion. It came and went in the blink of an eye. The man instantly stopped and looked back, only to find nothing there. The clip looks genuine to me, which means the creature was genuine too, but what exactly? No one knows. Car without driver. No, this isn't your state-of-the-art self-driving car. It's a manual car from Pakistan that cannot run without a driver, and still, this one is touching a good 30 miles per hour without anyone driving it. According to the clip's owner, he encountered a ghost-operated car on Jinnah Avenue in Islamabad, where a man in the passenger seat was casually chatting with an unseen entity. Although he couldn't capture it clearly, he also claims the man in the passenger seat had red lights in his eyes, resembling an alien. Ultimately, he decided to stop filming because he got scared when the man in the ghost car noticed he was recording them. Who was driving the car? A ghost? Tell me your thoughts in the comments section. Chupacabra on run. In 2008, DeWitt County Deputy Brandon Rydell, still in training, was shocked to his core when he saw this. The man, along with other cops, were on the lookout for troublemakers, and they accidentally found the legendary Chupacabra in broad daylight. The creature ran away from the dash cam and eventually disappeared into the thick bushes nearby. When they reviewed the footage, they found out that the creature was hairless, with a long snout, short front legs, and long back legs, with the size of a coyote. The character's linked with Chupacabra, and this has convinced many that this clip might be the best evidence available for the legend of this mysterious creature. It also resembled a creature that was found lifeless a few years ago in the same region. Weird moose stalker. Next on the list is another truck driver who captured another unbelievable monster on his dash cam, this time stalking a moose. This bizarre clip went viral in 2018 when an alleged 6-foot eerie faceless creature was reportedly filmed stalking a moose in the Canadian wilderness. That thing was very wobbly on its feet, almost like it's unsteady. And despite moving to and fro, the moose doesn't seem to be minding its presence. It's hard to accept an animal with as sharp a perception as a moose wouldn't notice a creature following it. The clip ends at a cliffhanger with no one knowing what happened next. So, what do you guys think? Mystery creature. If dinos could move around with just their skeletons, this is exactly how they would look. This clip made it to the internet a year back, and ever since, people are calling this weird skeletal thin creature an unknown entity or dino skeleton roaming around. What do you guys think it is? Nevada Desert Mystery.
Oh my gosh, what is that?
A family was asked to pull to the side of the road by police to allow a wide load to pass. The woman, intrigued by what it could be, turned on her camera, and we were all glad she did.
Oh my gosh, what is that?
Same question, ladies, same question. What is that? Some say it's a bunker. Others say it's a catalytic converter. A few think it's a time machine chamber tube. While nuclear capsule, parts of a UFO, Area 51 equipment are also on the list. So, what is it?
Oh my gosh, what is that?
UFO on truck. Recently, many people over the internet have started sharing their clips of alleged UFOs being captured and transported to some unknown remote locations by government officers. With more and more cameras always pointing at extraordinary things, such as sightings are not out of the blue now. Like this person, who claimed to have captured an alien ship on a loader. Or this one, who says he captured a half UFO allegedly scooped up after crashing somewhere. Some of these could be real, but we cannot dismiss the chance of these things just being some industrial equipment, can't we? Maybe the top of a grain silo or a beer brewing system? UFO in sky. A man in March of 2018 was driving along a road in Peru when his eyes suddenly caught the sinister presence of an immense spaceship in the sky. The man was startled to notice something so alien in the sky, he decided to give it a chase. But after hovering from the right side of his car for a while, the thing disappeared in the left side of the car in the sky. Was it really a UFO that got caught on the camera? It could be, but why is no one else in the traffic giving it the attention an alleged UFO might garner? Disappearing cars. Wait, where is this traffic going? Is there a portal to some other universe there, or just an optical illusion that seems to show vehicles disappearing into thin air over a bridge? All I can see is cars and bikes taking a left turn and disappearing into what looks like a concrete wall. Is this King's Cross platform 9 3/4 from Harry Potter? Strange UFO transfer. Next on the list is another strange UFO-like structure being transported in Neuquén, Argentina. A journalist working in the local radio department Minds, Nicolas Fuentes, shared this clip in April of 2024. An unknown metallic object that looks a lot like flying saucers from alien legends was seen traveling along the lonely provincial route north 43 degrees between Andacala and Chasmala de Quan, south-central Argentina. The secrecy with which this thing was being transported says a lot about the rumors of it being an alleged crashed UFO. Money on road.
Bills littered across a busy highway in Georgia.
This is exactly what dreams do come true would look like for me. Uploaded in July of 2018, police in Dunwoody, Georgia had a day of their career when they got reports of bills flying over busy I-285 from the open side door of an armored truck. The report also says that around $175,000 were spilled onto the road, and at least 15 people ditched their cars to get their share of the raining bills. The cops requested the people to turn in the money they caught, with many actually showing up to return their money, while some have decided to enjoy the little cash they got.
You have to be stupid not to at least grab some amount of money.
Meteor crash. Caught on dashcam by a driver in Russia. This is the same meteor that got around 400 people slightly injured in 2013. Flashed object. How ethereal and heavenly. This was a meteor shower that streaked across the skies over Spain and Portugal with its dazzling blue light and got recorded on the dashcam. But it wasn't the only recording of this incredible sight. Dozens of videos were shared online by people who caught this amazing light show on their phones. Reports say that the sightings of the meteor span hundreds of kilometers, but its precise landing location remained unconfirmed. Mothman on dashcam. A driver in Pittsburgh claimed that his car was stopped by a Mothman, a dark, pale yellow humanoid figure with large wings and glowing red eyes. That's creepy to say the least, and dangerous to say the most. In fact, its presence is associated with impending doom. For example, the Silver Bridge collapse on December 15, 1967 tragically claimed 46 people, and for many local people, the Mothman's appearance was the reason for that. So, do you think Mothmans are real? Today's open discussion is truly terrifying. Imagine a creature that is half monster, half alien chasing you. That would be the stuff of nightmares. Now, I did some research on this picture and found out that this creature resembled a lot like the Death Angel from A Quiet Place Part 2. Don't you guys think? The resemblance is virtually uncanny. So, could this creature be a real-life version of the movie character? We can just speculate, but I would hope it's not true. I mean, just imagine creatures like this roaming around in our towns. That would be like hell on earth.
Oh my gosh, what is that?
Lurking above our heads and moving in inexplicable ways. The way these crafts are all over our skies. It's safe to say we might be going under. So, come along as we list down some of the most creepy sightings that had everyone freaking out. A couple months back, a guy posted this clip online claiming to have captured a UFO hovering in the sky over a soccer field. The humongous disc just stood there, looking like it was stuck in its place. At the time, there was no one else on the field to prove the sighting, so he recorded this clip and posted it online to show people the bizarre sight. And netizens were conflicted over this, saying it's hard to believe no one else saw this as the UFO stayed in the air for quite a while. Sky chase. When a guy driving down a road spotted something huge in the sky, he got his camera ready to record. The footage featured a giant saucer shape moving alongside him in the sky. As he passed through a tunnel, the UFO was still there in the sky on the other side. Stopping his car, he noticed that the ship had also stopped, but was still spinning round itself. Moving down, it apparently landed on the ground behind that wall. The guy was convinced he had seen an otherworldly craft land on our planet. But people did think the video was proof enough and chalked the whole sighting up to a hoax. Between buildings. Looking out the balcony, you'd expect to see usual urban scenery, but this guy was in for a surprise out of this world. Up in the sky, he found a strange object flying away. Initially, he thought it might be a drone or some other remote-controlled toy, but when he zoomed in, he realized that the craft looked very similar to a UFO. Gliding through the buildings, it seemed like it wasn't its first rodeo. Even though many people witnessed the bizarre object in the sky, its true nature has still remained unidentified. Brazen UFO. People in a small European town were left scared when a guy uploaded this clip online claiming that he had captured a UFO. When he was out in the woods, he came across this odd-looking shape moving at a very slow pace in the sky. He recorded the clip for a while, but then got scared what might happen next as he was alone in the woods, and decided it was best that he left the place of sighting. Right there. A group of tourists on a road trip couldn't believe their eyes when they saw this. Right in front of them in bright daylight, there was a small saucer hanging in the air. Traffic passed by unaware of the extraordinary sight. However, their footage faced a lot of skepticism, as people thought it didn't seem right how a UFO was flying so low toward the ground. What's your take on this? Visiting Madrid. The residents of Valdelaguna, a small town in Madrid, panicked when they saw a massive saucer hovering right over their heads. That looked like it was going to land any minute. It was translucent, giving off an eerie glow, almost as if the aliens had turned down their cloaking device just enough to be seen. Many think it was a deliberate move to intimidate humans. But why would they do that? Netizens speculated that aliens wanted to terrorize humanity into submission so they can easily take over our planet. But its authenticity is still debatable, as many have dismissed it as an edited clip. OVNI over Tepoztlan. Residents in Tepoztlan, Mexico were left shocked when they found a bright yellow disc hovering over the Toltec pyramid in Tepoztlan, Mexico. The glowing object was spinning and was even throwing a beam of light from the night sky. Locals captured the strange sight on video, which quickly went viral. Many people believe the UFO was an alien spacecraft, possibly mistaking the Toltec pyramids for the more famous Egyptian ones, which have a long history of UFO sightings. However, some skeptics suggest it could be a case of GPS malfunction or a misidentified natural phenomenon. Giant disc. A guy out for a hike unexpectedly witnessed something unusual. He spotted a giant spaceship hovering over on the roadside. Its massive size was hard to miss, but as a car passed by, it seemed to be unaware of its
Sensodyne Clinical White proporciona 2 tonos más blancos y protege frente a la sensibilidad dental. ¡Me encanta!
Hello everyone, my name is Sir Spooks, and today on April 1st I'm going to help you sleep at night. I know the purpose of this channel has always been to keep you up at night or to give you nightmares, but strangely, many people have told me that they like to fall asleep to the sound of my voice. Well, I took that to heart and thought to myself, due to the very serious situation the world is facing today with the virus and all, I thought it would be an especially good time to put out a piece of narration for those having trouble sleeping. In my regular videos I'm not talking all the time, but for this one video you'll get to hear my voice for quite a long time. Obviously, this is exclusively meant to benefit those who have reached out to me and told me that they fall asleep to my narration. You may be anxious about tomorrow, or the day after, or the future in general. Maybe your job security, maybe you're worried for your loved ones. Perhaps you've already lost someone you care deeply for. Maybe you're feeling very lonely due to the self-isolation many of us have to endure during these times. There are many reasons you could feel worried or anxious, especially today. That's why I'll be reading you some classic, scary ghost stories that are all in the public domain. That may sound like a strange way to calm you down, but for some people, a good horror story can be the best cure. If you're one of The man proceeds to row the boat towards where he thinks the source of the sound was coming from, but strangely he's unable to find anything whatsoever. Eventually he calls the police, but when they arrive, they are unable to find anything or anybody in the vicinity that was screaming. Interestingly, one commenter says that at one point it sounds like the woman is saying, "They're killing me," in Spanish. If this was genuinely a woman in danger, we can only hope that she got the help she so desperately needed before it was too late. On September 6th, 2009, a mysterious YouTube channel known as RexyBoy34 uploaded a video to his channel in which he ventures out to a forest with 3 of his friends to simply mess around and explore for the day. However, as is often the case, what this group of friends thought would be just a typical walk through the woods ended up turning out to be something truly terrifying, and would give them a story to tell for the rest of their lives. All seems to be going well when all of a sudden Rexy notices something behind 2 of his friends that scares him. Have a look and see.
What the hell is that? Behind you. I'm being serious, there was something there. There was. I'm not, there was something there.
As soon as Rexy tells his friends to turn around, the mysterious figure disappears without a trace, causing Rexy to insist that there was something there. By taking a good look at the footage he captured, it is clear that there definitely was something there. Still looking around, the friends are ready to brush it off and continue on with their nature walk when all of a sudden, this happens. Understandably, upon noticing this strange figure lurking behind the tree, the friends proceed to let out a piercing shriek before running away, the video abruptly ending shortly thereafter. Sadly, we don't really have much information on this video and what happened afterward, mainly because of just how quiet Rex's channel has been. This was the only upload he ever made on YouTube, and seeing as how it was all the way back in 2009, I think it's pretty safe to say that he won't be uploading again anytime soon. A TikTok user named Nick Cimino seemingly runs a store. In a video he published to the platform this June, the store seems to be closed for the time being, which is why Nick is able to record with no chattering noises from customers. He says that the building has been experiencing some bizarre activity, so he decided to pull out his phone to see if he could document this for his followers. Judging by the looks of the following footage, I'd say his efforts proved to be successful.
Okay.
It literally just stopped. It literally just stopped. Okay, can't show the code. Can't show the code. Something literally flew off the wall. Bro.